The age of Cardano is upon us, or nearly upon us anyway. Smart contracts have now been pushed out to the public testnet, which means that the smart contracts coming to the public mainnet are only a short time away. So in today's video, I want to break down what is happening with Cardano right now and what comes next for this leading cryptocurrency. My name's Lark. Every day I talk about cryptocurrency investing. So if that's a topic you'd like to learn some more about, make sure you are a subscriber to Lark Davis channel right down there. Click on that subscribe button. You may also, while you're down there, consider gently tapping on the thumbs up button for the YouTube algorithm. And if you'd like to see more of these videos, get a notification of when I put out a new video, make sure to click on the notification bell as well. Every single week, by the way, my team and I create Wealth Mastery. This is a cryptocurrency investor report designed for cryptocurrency investors. So every single issue, you're going to get a deep dive altcoin report. This week, we looked into the music streaming cryptocurrency Audius and their audio token. We talked to an industry leader. This week, we talked to Theta Network, particularly focusing on their NFTs that they're bringing to the Theta chain. We do a step-by-step decentralized finance tutorial. This week, we talked about Maple Finance, which lets you earn 46% APY. We do the latest token sales, the latest airdrops, and much, much more, all for less than 10 bucks a week, meaning that Wealth Mastery is the most value-packed and at the same time most affordable investor report on the market. Now, that being said, let's get into the topic. And this Cardano video is first in a series of coming videos talking more about different altcoins in the market. I know I've been going crazy with Bitcoin and Ethereum for like the last 2 or 3 months. I'm going to start making more altcoin videos. I still have the Polkadot video coming. I still have the Terra video coming. I still have that low cap gem video coming. All of that will be for next week, so stay tuned for that. But today we're talking about Cardano because smart contracts, they're so close. So close I can taste it. It's crazy. For years, Cardano has been plagued with the when smart contract question, which has been fueling the haters for a long time now. But now we have an answer. Smart contracts are currently live on the public Cardano testnet. Now, they were live on the private testnet, so for a limited amount of early testers, but now it's actually open up to a wider community of people to come and use the Cardano testnet and actually play around with those smart contracts. Now, this means it's the final step before mainnet. Developers can actually come and start building on the Cardano testnet, testing out their applications, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't work, and that we are still on schedule, it seems, for mainnet release of smart contracts. It's potentially the end of August, according to IOHK. We could see them out as early as the end of August. That's only 2 weeks away. It's only 2 weeks away, which is pretty crazy. Or sometime in early September for smart contracts to go on the mainnet. That's awesome. That's super, super exciting for Cardano to finally really be getting this functionality that it has so desperately needed for such a long time. And it means, of course, the age of Cardano is essentially here, where Cardano can now be out there in the wild and really prove itself as a blockchain, and to be able to say, hey, look, we've got these applications, we've got users, things are happening on Cardano. It's no longer just one day we're going to get smart contracts out there, but this is where we are right now. So it's very, very exciting. So with the release of smart contracts, 2 different things can start happening. One is that we can see native decentralized finance applications building on the Cardano blockchain. When I say native, I mean ones that are specifically designed to work on Cardano. And we're also going to see other applications. For example, SushiSwap, I think is a great example here, will integrate with Cardano in the same way that Sushi has integrated with like a dozen other blockchains already. Of course, they're going to tap into Cardano too, because they want those fees. They want to capture liquidity. They want to capture users. And if people are using Cardano, we're going to see some of these platforms coming over and integrating with Cardano as well. You might even have a few that just leave Ethereum for Cardano. They have a lot of other options out there these days. They can go to Polygon, they can go to Binance Smart Chain, they can go to Solana or Avalanche or any of these other places. But some of them will come to Cardano. And more likely, I think we're just going to see integrations. It'll be, yeah, we're on all those networks and Cardano as well, which is great, That's totally fine too. Not a problem at all there. Now, last statistic that I saw is that there's 650,000 addresses staking Cardano. That's a heck of a lot of users to bootstrap this network with. And I think this is one thing people really underestimate with Cardano is the incredible amount of supporters behind this cryptocurrency. When we start having these native decentralized finance applications come out for Cardano, we're going to see massive amounts of money flowing into those applications. And of course, you have to account for the fact that there's 72% of the total supply of Cardano, which is staked right now. That's nuts. That means that when we have these decentralized finance applications coming out, we're going to see even more Cardano withdrawn from exchanges in the same way we're seeing happen with Ethereum right now, to go and get locked up in these decentralized finance applications, chasing yield, which will likely cause a supply side crisis on centralized exchanges for Cardano, because people are either going to be staking it or they're going to be using it in DeFi, which is very, very interesting. And 650,000 users, well, addresses, that's not necessarily one address per one user. We could have one user who has 10 addresses, but let's say it's 300,000 or 400,000 users. It's a pretty good start for the network in terms of total user base that's going to be coming in with. So that's really cool to see. Cardano also has already been playing around in the NFT market. So NFTs don't require smart contracts. They're just simple image tokens, right? And so token functionality actually came to Cardano earlier this year. Developers jumped right on that. There's now a pretty niche, but still a relatively big enough and certainly growing NFT market on the Cardano blockchain already. And if you're a big believer in Cardano and you've seen what's going on with NFTs on other chains, you'll be paying to NFTs on Cardano as well, because as Ethereum proved with things like CryptoPunks, early edition NFTs are the ones that go on to get crazy value in the long run. NFTs will also really go to a next level in terms of user adoption on the Cardano blockchain when we have smart contracts, because it will allow for building something like an OpenSea, which is the biggest NFT marketplace, on Cardano. So we'll be able to see all these things finally taking place. Also, one of those things you heard a lot with Cardano, no one's ever going to build on Cardano because who the heck would want to use Haskell? Well, Ocam, CardStarter, Sunday, Liquid, Ergo, Nami, DeFire, few dozen others at this point, have announced that they are building applications specifically for Cardano. So it seems that all these guys have missed the memo that Haskell is too hard to build on because they've been doing it. There you go. There you go. It's literally happening. We have a lot of new projects coming out that are focusing their energy on building on top of Cardano. So it's happening. And of course, as said previously, we'll also see applications from other chains integrate with Cardano's liquidity as well. And so this is all, I think, to an extent, already priced in for Cardano, because ADA is the 5th biggest cryptocurrency right now. And price-wise, market cap-wise, it's actually significantly ahead of other chains that have a lot more on-chain activity happening. So Solana, for example, has more on-chain activity happening because they have smart contracts already. Polygon's going totally freaking crazy. 4 million transactions a day. It's totally nuts. And yet it's got a much smaller market cap. I think the market probably it might be overestimating potentially, or at least has priced in everything that I've just said, Cardano currently, whereas perhaps they're underestimating Polygon and looking at Polygon and thinking, well, maybe, they just haven't seen the total value in it yet, which is why it has such a smaller market cap still when you consider all the daily transactions, all their fun stuff going on there. But there's a high expectation that Cardano is going to deliver something really, really amazing when its smart contracts come out and really the blockchain comes into its full state of being. Currently, the usage statistics are pretty unimpressive. We have about 35 transactions today on Cardano, which is nothing to get excited about. By contrast, Bitcoin did 240,000 transactions, Polygon did 4.6 million, and Ethereum 1.2 million transactions. That is the reality of a Cardano that does not have smart contracts currently operating on it. Because what are people supposed to do with their Cardano right now? You buy it and you stake it. That's the primary use case of Cardano right now. You send it to a centralized exchange to sell it, you withdraw it from a centralized exchange in order to stake it. Maybe you're playing around in the Cardano NFT space. Some users will be. It's probably, even with amongst all the Cardano users, still a very, very niche kind of thing. We won't see a big pickup in transactions until we have smart contracts and things for people to do on chain, essentially, to have borrowing and lending markets and all this kind of stuff. But here's something to give the Cardano fans a bit of hopium. Polygon, doing 4.6 million transactions a day right now. If you go back to January, it was doing about 30 or 40,000 transactions per day. Things move really, really fast in crypto. Polygon was able to capture users, capture applications, capture imaginations, push a big ecosystem really quickly. Cardano could have a similar growth in transactions when those applications actually go live, and if we see applications like SushiSwap and others actually tapping into Cardano, which is what we saw happen on Polygon. We saw OpenSea, we saw Curve Finance, we saw Sushi Finance, and a load of other top DeFi applications integrate with Polygon. Cardano will need a similar trajectory of having people actually want to integrate to get the liquidity, and of course, a lot of their own native applications launching in order to have a native ecosystem plus an integrated ecosystem happening. That's what it needs to succeed. Now, does that mean that much like Polygon did from January until now, it's going to pull a 50x price move? Probably not, right? In fact, Cardano has already pulled a 50x since last year, so we can just take a moment to appreciate that. But right now, Cardano's got like a $50 billion, give or take a few billion market cap. So a 6x from here would essentially give Cardano the same market cap as Ethereum. Ethereum, which is the home of most stablecoins, most NFTs, most DeFi, has an incredible amount of users, huge amount of wallet addresses, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Cardano still has a lot of legwork to do to catch up to Ethereum. Now, if the ecosystem starts really taking off in a Polygon sort of viral explosion of users, then we could see the price potentially rally a few 100%, I think, after smart contracts launch, although there's probably going to be a buy the rumor, sell the news kind of thing on the launch of smart contracts, so do keep that in mind. That being said, if the percent of users grow, if the transactions per day start mooning, you can assume that the price is going to go along with it. For Cardano, it is time to prove itself. It's going to be very, very interesting to watch this crypto behemoth actually launch and just, see what happens. Pretty exciting times. Anyway, your question for today. Are you excited about the launch of smart contracts on Cardano? Are you planning on using the Cardano blockchain when it goes live with its native applications? Or are you just like, whatever, man, Cardano, yeah, whatever. I'm just going to keep using Polygon or whatever else I'm already currently doing. Curious to know your thoughts down below in the comments section. Thanks so much for watching today's video, and peace out till next time.